The following is a presentation of TFNN.
Let's go to our man, John from Jacksonville. John, you still on the line with us?
I'm here.
Hey, thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
You are? Wonderful. What did you want to look at? Or
No.
No.
I just want to give you a big slobbery virtual kiss.
Oh.
I can't tell you how excited I am about your system. I can't tell you how much it's meant for me. I made $23,000 in about a month's time with your system. I do not have one single position that I've lost money on.
Oh, you're too nice.
I am just stunned. I am a moon lover.
It is now time for The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good day, traders. Hi, folks. This is your host, Steve Rhodes, coming to you live from the TFNN television and radio network. And welcome to the Trader's Edge. I absolutely love being here with you. This is the best time of my day, especially on Thursdays and Tuesdays, because I get to do 2 hours back to back. I do the first show with Tom. We do the Money Masters show. We kick that off at 10 to 11. And folks, I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here today. I know the value of your time, and my promise is to give you the best hour that you can possibly get. You can give me a call at 877-927-6648, and I am so grateful that you are here with me today, folks. So let's go take a look at the markets real quick. We've got the Dow is up 290. We've got the composite up 75. The S&P is up 33. And these are big, huge moves that we are having continuously during the day, intraday. I mean, huge swings when you take a look at the futures markets and everything. So now what I've got posted up on my screen, and folks, you can watch this show live on TigerTV. Just go to Channel 1. And you can catch the show. If you happen to be listening to the archive, then please go to Channel 14. You can watch this. You can take a look at my charts, and you can follow along with me and understand the patterns and what it is that goes behind the thinking process that I use as a trader. And especially if you give me a call, we can go through your chart. So 877-927-6648. And what I first got up on my chart here is the Dow. And what you can see is I've got drawn in here an ABC pattern. Now this is showing an ABC down. And the lines that I have drawn in here, let me move the chart a little bit over to the left here. See if that helps. The 1-to-1 move on the Dow would have taken us down to 11,740.58. Now you can see as we were coming through there with a huge wide range bar. That tells you that you're going to do more than a 1-to-1. And certainly, what does it do? It closes below the 1.272. It did that on the 4th of August. When you have a wide range bar like that, folks, what it's screaming at you, you know, that you're really having lower prices coming at you. Now, the 1 to 1.618 was at the 11,113, and the 1 to 2 was 10,726. Now, the importance of the 1 to 2 is that in all of Tom's work, all of his studies or what have you, what you'll see it in The Art of Timing the Trade, you'll see it in all of his books, you will see that when you do a 1 to 2, A to B equals C to D, that usually is an immediate reversal. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a long-term reversal, but it is an immediate reversal. Now, in this market where you have uncertainty, there is no certainty, but you can use that from a probability standpoint, a probability edge. So, and what you can see is that the market, you know, you see where that 1-to-1, the 1 to 2 AB equals CD is. You can see how at the 10,726 we pretty much have flatlined out there. It's been tested now. You know, today's the third day where you've bounced off of that. You know, we're up in the 270 range. And again, what I'm looking for, what I really need for confirmation to play this bounce, whatever we have, is a close above 11,079 and a stay above 11,070. Well, really to stay above 10,965. So we've got some callers on the line. I think maybe a couple folks that carry over from the last show. So let's go and get right now to Larry in San Francisco. Larry, thanks for holding. I appreciate it.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, what happened to my soda pop company?
Your soda pop company. And the symbol on that is SODA?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go take a look. Now, are you in this?
No.
Are you looking to get into it?
I've just wondered what happened.
Yeah. So here's interesting, folks. And so, again, the symbol is SODA. I have never looked at this chart here. In fact, it looks like, is this an IPO? An IPO?
I don't know. It's been on Kramer a whole bunch of times. It's one of these do-it-yourself soda pop companies where you do it. You put the flavor in yourself and put your own CO2 in, and they did a flavor comparison against Coca-Cola on CNBC. A big, where it won the comparison between Kramer and Herb, whatever his name was.
Yeah, sure.
And but anyway, the thing's been going straight up, but I just wondered what happened today.
Now,
Somebody let the pressure out of the bottle.
Yeah. So now, where do they have these? Do they have one in San Francisco?
You know what? I think they sell them at Costco's.
At Costco? Oh, so you buy a kit?
Yes.
Oh, no kidding. Okay. Yeah. Well, here's the interesting thing. What my chart shows looks to me like this was a IPO that came aboard on November 3rd, 2010, and it opened up, in the $23 range. And folks, what this did, as Larry is pointing out to us, went from that $23 range and went all the way up into the $80 range. Got up to a high actually here. Let's take a look at it. It looks like the high was on August 1st, and the high was $79.72. Now, one of the things that you want to take a look at, because we talk about breakouts and wanting to be able to pull back to a breakout area, where this stock really broke out was on May 18th. And what it did is it gapped up, and this must have been when Kramer came on TV and did the soda comparison. I'm guessing that might be it, because if you should go back to see if that is in fact the case. But this thing broke out on May 19th, and it went from the day before. What it did was it closed in the 44 area. And what this thing did the following day was it traded all the way up to $56. It's a pretty big move, 43 to 56. Pretty. Now, what it did here, Larry, is it did it on volume. Did it on 4.3 million shares. So 9 million shares.
Yeah, right.
So big volume. Now, what stocks tend to do is they tend to come back to their breakout area. And that was the first breakout area. Well, that breakout, the low of that breakout is $43.36. Let's see if it's traded. It may have already traded down to that. It traded to 42.70. Now, here's the problem. It's 11:14, right?
Yeah.
You've got 8 million shares on the way down. When you come back to the breakout area, folks, when you buy breakouts, you don't want to buy breakouts when it's tumbling down on volume. I wonder if they lost the Costco contract or something, because there is, like you said, the air has come out of this balloon, and, folks, I do not recommend you touching this high flyer. You want to buy breakouts. But what you want to see a pullback with much lighter volume. And, the best thing would be, and since we've got this chart up area, the best buy would have been if it came back to that breakout area on May 17th, again, the low 43.36 up to 44.97. That only had 809,000 shares. If you could come back there with less than 800,000 shares or even 800,000 shares, that would have been a buy. Likely that would not have happened because of the big volume update that we had the following day. And so really you could almost take a look at anything with less than, maybe 50% of that 9 million would have been a decent trigger. But this thing is coming back way too fast. And so I don't know what happened to your soda company. And we've had enough internet problems here where I've got my tools up and going, so I'm not going to go off screen at this moment to try to see, what news might be out there. Somebody in the den might have something for us with regard to what news announcement came out there, but don't touch this thing. This thing is probably coming all the way back to its original breakout area in the $25 range. So
I wonder what Kramer's thinking today. All right. Thanks, Steve.
You bet. Thanks for calling in.
Take care.
Yeah, you bet. Let's go to Bob from Colorado. Bob, thanks for holding. Bob, you there?
Can you hear me?
I can now. Thanks for holding, Bob. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Steve, how about you?
Excellent. Thanks so much for calling. I appreciate it.
Well, hey, I want to comment. I really appreciate the work you're doing for the Trader's Edge. And my question this morning is, I was listening to you and Tom the last hour.
Okay.
And I asked a question in the den. What if TBT was a good buy here right now? And someone from the den, JD, came back and said three black crows on a weekly. What does that mean?
What was the message? I didn't hear you. Something about
TBT. What I'd written, asked a question in the den when you and Tom were on.
Sure.
That TBT was a good buy here, and JD and the den came back and said 3 black crows on a weekly with TBT. My question is, what does that mean?
Not a clue, but I'll look at the TBT for you, and tell you.
If you don't mind, please.
and tell you what it is that we're looking at here. So, folks, it's the TBT, and which is the double, I believe, inverse of the bonds. Now, right now, it's trading at 25.87. So, what I have done, Bob, is I put a weekly chart up on the screen just to take a look at some expansion areas. And so, on the weekly chart, what I'm doing is I'm going back to the August 27th time frame where the low that we had there was 29.77. So I'll use my expansion tool, my Fibonacci retracement expansion tool, and go all the way up to the high that it made here. Looks like that was February 4th, 2011. Now the high that it made was 40.96. Now the 1.272 expansion on that would be at the $23 area. It looks like 26.57. We're trading below that. We're right now at 25.87. So on this here, the next move down with regard to a harmonic level would be at that 22.50 area. So that's my first take. As I would be taking a look, I'd love to see TBT at that 22.50. Now that means that the bonds would also be moving higher. Let me also do some other important swing points that are out here. So I'm going to go all the way back to December 19th of 08. And I'm going to draw in the low there that we had. Well, I'll tell you that in just a moment. Let me draw this. So the low we had there was 35.51, and I'm going to go all the way up to a high of June 12th, 09. That was $59.79. Now, there the 1.272 expansion is at 28.91. We're trading below that as well. And let's see where the 1.618 matches up. So the 1.618 on that matches up at 20.51. So now what that's giving me a signal, I'm going to do one more set of swing points out here from an expansion standpoint. And there I'm going to a smaller area, so that's October 2nd. It's really a much smaller area, up to, it looks like maybe the January 15th time frame. And that would take us to 27.73, which is, it's also trading below that right now. So from my standpoint, just taking a look at that on just the TBT alone, to me, I would consider buying this in the 22.50. But now in the TBT, how you really have to play this is you really have to play this either off of the bonds or off of the TLT. So since it's easier for folks to do it off of the TLT, let me pull up the TLT chart and let's take a look at that. Now on the TLT chart, we talk about things making a move of a move. Well, in this case here, the TLT completed that 3 days ago. So, Bob, if you hold on, when we come back, we'll finish up our analysis on the TLT, the TBT, folks, and you too can get in line. Would love to hear from you, 877-927-6648. Do me a favor. Give me a call, folks. We'll be right back.
Look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
You've heard Bud Rolfs give his expert technical analysis of the stock market on the radio. Now you can have his superior trading advice and his best stock picks delivered right to your desktop every week with his newsletter, The Torch. Using his own trademarked Warpath trading system, Bud will help you to increase your odds of making and saving money in the markets with powerful stock selection, stock analysis, and trading plan strategies. Published every Monday morning, each issue of The Torch features full-color charts in an easy-to-follow format. You will also receive not only the big picture of what's going on in the major markets and critical sectors, but also featured stock picks with complete trading plans and technical setups, as well as the Subscribers Corner, where Bud analyzes stocks submitted by subscribers. Visit TFNN.com today and receive your 2-week free trial of The Torch. That's a $75 value. Sign up now and make sure you receive all the great market analysis and winning trade ideas in every action-packed issue of The Torch from Bud Rolfs.
TFNN introduces TigerTV. TigerTV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click TigerTV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for TigerTV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. This is Steve Rhodes, 877-927-6648, and thanks so much for joining me. Now, before we went to break, we were taking a look at the TBT with our man Bob from Colorado. And, folks, one of the things that, when you trade these ETFs, what you also want to do is you want to take a look at some of the either what's inside the ETFs. In this case here, we're taking a look at the bond trade, and it's the inverse. And what we're taking a look at here is we're taking a look at the TLT. Now, Bob, what I wanted to point out for you here is that as we were coming up, now first what I've got up here is I pulled up the TLT, and the high here, the one high that we're taking a look at, is going back to August 25th. August 25th is when we had the real big breakout in our market, and the bonds traded lower from there. Now, the high there was 109.34, and this is a daily chart that I've got up. And we had volume of 13 million shares. Now, when we came into that swing point 2 days ago, we came in with 39 million shares. We came into it, we got above it, we closed below it, but the work isn't done. What you really want to see in order to take the TBT trade is you want to see us get back above the 109.34. In fact, now what you want to see us get above is the high of 2 days ago. That high was 109.37 with 39 million. You'd like to see us test the high there on lighter volume, close below it, and then what you have is you'd have your back up against the wall. You would not have to put in very much of a stop in order to go ahead and trade that. But here's the thing, and the reason why I say you could put in a tight stop is because if that area doesn't hold, what the TLT will trade to is it'll trade to that 115 area, 115.10, 115.16. But it's nice here because you've got a test of a double top. But if it doesn't hold here, it'll go ahead and extend up to the 115 area. So I hope that helps you with that trade, Bob. And thanks so much for calling in, all your comments, and any other questions that you have about that trade.
All right now, Steve. I appreciate your help.
Okay, you bet. Thanks for calling in. Look forward to hearing from you again soon. Let's go to Tom in Chicago. Tom, thanks for calling in.
Good morning, Steve. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. How's your day up there?
Just great. You know, yesterday Tom was looking at some chip stocks, and I was wondering if NVIDIA is the right time to get back in it for looking for your input on a entry and target. Absolutely. So, folks, this is a great stock. It's actually a great stock chart to go ahead and take a look at. Make sure that you're watching this on TigerTV, and you can see this chart. Now, what I've done here, Bob, is Tom, I've pulled up the weekly chart first. So on the weekly chart, and the reason why I wanted to pull that up is because it shows a Gartley pattern that had set up, and that Gartley pattern completed right around the February 4th time frame. So this is on the weekly chart. And what that showed, folks, it showed an A to B equals C to D. It was a 1 to 1.272 expansion, and that was at the $25.37 area. It also showed a 0.618, which was at $26.55. So right in that area. Now, the high that this thing got to on the weekly basis was 26.17. 26.17, when your range was somewhere between 25.37 and 26.55. Beautiful, beautiful that you had going on there. Now, what happened is it pulled back, and where it's pulled back to, and normally when you see these Gartley patterns, there's at least there's 2, 3, or 5 areas where this can pull back to. And the first area is going to pull back to the 0.382. Well, on the weekly chart, it pulled back. The 0.382 would have been the 1813. What does what does NVIDIA do? It pulls back there. It gets back there the week of March 3rd, and it continues to move sideways and build cause along that floor. It was picking up a lot of passengers to go on that elevator. And then what does it do? It moves down to the 0.618. In fact, it probably made an ABC down here. Let me just go ahead and map that out. And looks like the ABC down actually would complete at about 1098. So it hasn't completed that on a weekly basis. Now let's go over to the daily chart. And I am going to answer your question. I promise you, Tom. And if you take a look at the daily chart, this is really a beautiful setup. And the reason why I say that, folks, is because just go to the day of February 17th, 2011. What you're going to see is that NVIDIA made a high with 86 million shares. 86 million shares. When we came down off that high, we did not come down off that high with volume. We've come down off that with lighter volume. And where we've retraced to is the 0.786 area. That's $12.40. And how I'm getting to that, folks, is I'm going back and I'm taking a look at August 13th, 2010. The low we made there was $9.23. So when I take a look at the 0.786 retracement, that would take you to 1240. To me, this is a great looking chart. I'd be buying this right now. Where would you say a stop would be? About a buck under?
Yeah, I think you could certainly put a buck under that. Maybe I'll look at that during the break, and when we come back from break, I'll give that to you as well. Okay.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
Thanks so much for calling in. And folks, 877-927-6648. Give me a call.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
We have Earl Bush on the line, the winner of today's Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway from Palm Harbor. Earl Bush, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. So your day, I assume, is made now that you've heard that you've won a great silver coin?
Oh, yeah. That was the best trade I've made all week.
All right. Well, that's great. You've been a listener to TFNN. You're familiar with TFNN.com and Tom O'Brien, all that good stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a dinner, and I'm into this every day.
Starting Tuesday, June 21st through Labor Day, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. One lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for more information. Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York Stock Exchanges under the symbol GBG.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. This is the Trader's Edge, and thanks so much for joining me. Our call number here is 877-927-6648, and love being here with you. Now, before we went to break, we were with Tom in Chicago, and he was taking a look at NVIDIA. NVDA is the symbol on that, and we were taking a look at a couple of things. One, we were taking a look at the original Gartley pattern, Gartley sell pattern, and how it moved back to the 0.618, which is normal. And really what it's done is it's set up, it's a great looking chart, and it really set up a nice buy opportunity when it moved back here. Now, on the weekly chart, so before we went to break, the question was, where would I put a stop? Because the first question was, how about an entry point? And I suggested that, now was as good a time as any from an entry point standpoint. So now what I want you to also do is, folks, I'd like you to go ahead, and I'm doing a free webinar. It's going to be next to Wednesday from 6:30 to 8. It's going to be 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, I will give you plenty of information that will, in fact, help Bob here be able to identify where he should have put a stop on this trade. So I did the calculations during the break, and we'll come back, and I want to show you what the results were, what the results are. But what I want you to do is I want you to go to the homepage of TFNN. All you've got to do is put in your name and an email address. There'll be an email that'll come back to you. You'll just click on that to confirm, and in 30 minutes you'll be able to understand some probability, some money management, and some position size. Because what Bob did ask me is he asked me, where should he put his stop? But what he didn't ask me me is what's the position size that he should trade. And that is really key, folks. Position sizing will do more to impact your trading, your success, and teach you how to fail successfully. So go ahead and sign up for that, please. But now to answer Bob's question, and he said about $1. After I did my calculations, I came up with $1.08, $1.09. And the $1.08 or $1.09 is below the low that we've traded at so far this week. So right now, the low that we've traded on that, Bob, is $11.85. So if you take $11.85 minus $1.08, I believe that gets you down to around $9.69. I think is the it gets you down to $10.76. Yeah, $10.76. Now, $10.76. The reason. So now let's take a look at the chart. And I'm still back on the weekly chart, folks. And this is where you may or may not make a slight adjustment to your stop. And I was showing you a 1-to-1 ABC on the weekly chart when we were taking a look at this, and that came out at $11.01. So what I like about the stop calculation that I did, that I'm going to teach you on Wednesday next week, is that the stop that I came at is below the 1-to-1. In this case here, I came up with a figure of 1076, 1101, so it gives us a little bit of room there. It gives us, 25 cents to be exact below that. Because, this may decide to go ahead and complete the 1-to-1 ABC. Well, heck, this can decide to do anything it wants. But I like being below, another confirmation area. Now, what you'll also see below that on my screen is you'll see this $9.64. That would be the 0.786. So the question is, if this continues to go below this area, and the area I'm talking about is the 1-to-1 ABC, the 1101, will then go down to 964. So, now what we're gunning for here, and this is where you've got to do some trade management aspect, what we're gunning for here is we're gunning for the $22.61 area. And how I'm getting there, Tom, how I'm getting there, folks, is on the daily chart. We were talking about the nice high that it made on the February 17th. Now, if you take a look at that bar, what you'll see is the low there is $22.77, all the way up to a high of $23.71. Now, the market should go back, NVIDIA should go back and test that. But as you come back into that bar, wait, let me see here. The low is, let me make sure I'm on the right bar, though. Okay, the low that we're looking at is 22.61. The high is 26.01. Now, as you come back into that bar, that had 86 million shares. As you come back into that bar, if you have lighter volume, then you might want to go ahead and take your money off the table. We're talking about a $9.60 move. About a $22. I don't have that calculated here right now, but $22. We're trading at 12 right now. It's a great reward to risk trade. And folks, give me a call, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And, we've had a couple calls this morning. One of them was a call on soda, S-O-D-A. And I guess they've got this new process to, make some soda or pop. Depends on where it is you're from. If you're from Chicago or Detroit, like myself, you use the word pop. And red pop, if you will. And in any event, so sometimes, and the caller there was talking about the tip came from Kramer. It's okay to have, hear tips or hear pieces of information. I hear them all the time. Sometimes I'll write them down. The great thing about these phones, devices, you've got these notes or memo area, so you can write down some information, then get back to your screen and take a look at it. So yesterday, one of the big, pieces of press that were out there was supposedly all of the buying by insiders, and Tom and I touched on it just a little bit during our show. So, what I've listed here is, and I haven't had a chance to really take a look at any of these, other than I just simply wrote them down because I wrote them down just, to go take a look at the chart. Is there something else going inside the chart pattern that would make this a stock or something worth taking a look at? So there were about 3 or 4 stocks that at least hit the screen, and there's plenty more, I'm sure, but there were about 3 or 4 charts that hit the screen. Actually, the ones that came up were Kinder Morgan, Chiquita Brands, Morgan Stanley, Kraft, Corning, United Continental, and E-Trade. So actually what I have up on the screen right now is United Continental. The symbol on that is UAL. So I just pulled it up just simply to take a look at it, see what patterns that we have going on out here. Now, one of the things that you can see, and we're taking a look at the weekly chart, you can see how you're making higher or lower highs, okay, all the way down from the top here of October 28, 2010. You're making, not only are you making lower highs, you're making lower lows. So not necessarily a good thing, but you're making lower lows, and as you've done this move, what you're also coming back into now is you're coming into a swing point that sticks out. And swing points, folks, for those of you that are new to taking a look at charts, they're relatively easy to find because it's the candle, if you will, or the bar, depending on what kind of chart you're using, where you can see a automatic reversal in trend. So if the trend is up, you'd be looking for where, and you'd be looking at the top. Where was the top of that candle or that bar? That becomes a swing point. If you just simply take a look at this chart and you go back to the April 15th time frame where it made a high of 2383, that was actually a swing point. There was a move up. The move up there came from the time period of April 7th, and you can see that the stock actually gapped up. It gapped up the following day on April the 8th, had a nice move. There was 30 million shares that came in. That top there, again, that top being the swing point of April 5th, that was a swing point. Where was the low? for a swing point there? Well, you go to the one that really sticks out the most. This is, and we try, it's subjective for sure, but you can take a little bit of the subjectivity out by just looking at where you can see real significant trend changes. In this case here, this would happen to be where the stock came down on May 6th, came down with 22 million shares. The low that it got to was $16.39. Then what I do is I take a line and I draw it all the way across to the right-hand side of the chart. So let's remember that figure as we're taking a look at this one here. This is UAL again. So we got $16.39. Come all the way across. Well, I will in a minute here as soon as I hit the right button. And we come all the way across. And what did the stock hit? So $16.39. I think my line is off just a little bit. But a couple days ago, we came down on 19 million shares. We got down to $15.92. Now, it closed at $16.61. So did that $16.61? Let me go back here and remember what was the low on that chart, on that swing point. The low was $16.39. So $16.39, and you close at $16.61. So you close above it. Now what you did is you came down with volume, but you still tested it on lighter volume. So in this case here, you would like, in fact, the day before it tested it, and you'd really like to see. Now this is one where there was some insider buying reported. I don't know whether it was the buying took place yesterday or a week ago or what have you. I haven't investigated that, but you can go through some tools and you can find that information out. So it came up against a swing point. You'd like to see it test that with some lighter volume. If you had that here, what you could see is you could see this stock maybe coming up into the next high volume bar that we have out there. Now, that next high volume bar here is on February 23rd. There was 23 million shares. Now, just for the heck of it, now the low on that is 2165. So I'm just going to take my Fibonacci tool for the last leg down, this C to D move. And the .382 is 1962. The 618 is 2190. Let's just go over to the left and see if we get anywhere near that volume bar. Wow, we do. Here's the amazing thing. A .618 retracement on this last move down, if in fact this is the last leg down for the time being, would the .618 takes you to 2190. And that high volume bar that sticks out, going back to February 23rd, the low on that is 2165. 2165, 2190. It's amazing how this stuff works. Now, you would expect that if the equity moved up to that and moved up to that area on light volume, you would expect some turbulence. And, and depending on the type of volume as you come into that bar, would tell you whether or not you should take your money off the table, how you would adjust your stop, all those types of things. So, folks, again, go sign up for my free workshop because I'll teach you about entry points. I'll teach you about position size, which is really the most important thing. Just go to the front page of TFNN. So that is on UAL. Let's go take a look at another one here. For the heck of it, let's go take a look at which one? Multiple choice, folks. Well, how about Chiquita brands? The symbol on that is, I believe it's CQ. Let me find it here. CQB, Chiquita brands. That would make sense. And I like, I'm assuming that is the banana people. And I love Chiquita bananas. I don't know about you, but I love Chiquita bananas. Now, when we're taking a look at Chiquita brands, and let me just go ahead and put this on the weekly chart here. And on a weekly chart, let's first, what I like to do is draw in, a retracement tool. I like to use my Fibonacci retracement tool, and I like to go to the immediate low swing point that I see. In this case here, very easy to identify. It happens to be on March the 6th, 2009. Pretty common with most charts that you might look at. And the low there was, looks like $4.32. Now, this made a high the week of December 18th. The high that it made was 1959. I love that, 1959. Now, the .786 on this is 759. Now, why did I say that? Because it's trading below the .618 area. The .618 area is 1015 and 759 on the weekly chart. So when we get back, folks, we got one more segment. We'll go ahead and continue to take a look at Chiquita brands or anything else you'd like to. All you got to do is give me a call at 877-927-6648.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today. Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading in the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, as well as more than 35 different mining equities. For the low price of $150, you will receive 13 weeks of the Gold Report, or you can order up to a full year for under $500. If you'd like to find out more about the Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com, or for more information, call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648, and we're going bananas. We're taking a look at Chiquita. The symbol is CQB. Now, the reason that we are is because we're talking about tips or hearing some information on TV or CNBC, whatever it might be. And so yesterday there was a lot of talk about insider trading, buying, if you will. that was going on, supposedly the most since March of 2009. So something to at least take notice in, and Chiquita Brands happened to be one of the stocks that was thrown out there. So what I like to do is, as I said, go back and take a look at what other patterns are out there and what really is going on. Now, in this case here, during the break, I went ahead and dived in a little bit further and found out that the CEO purchased about 133,000 shares at $8.75 on August 8th. So just a few days ago, that was about 1.1 million shares of his dollars that he put in to the stock. Now, it was actually more than 50% of his. Now, this purchase represents more than 50% of his stock holdings. So, something to think about. Now, technically, as we take a look at the stock, my goodness, what the heck is going on with the bananas? And, they're in the bananas, they're into salads and, and things like that, healthy stuff, which you would think would be doing pretty well. I think their sales revenues actually have decreased a bit over the last couple of years, and but they do billions of dollars worth of business in bananas and so forth. Now, the 0.786 area, because we're below, on the weekly chart, is at 759, trading right now at 929. Let's move over to the daily chart. Let's just see if there's anything on the daily chart that shows up for us. Now, what I happen to have drawn in here is a butterfly pattern. Now, what I like to do is I like to see butterfly patterns that completed either 1.272 or 1.618. But I am willing, there are other numbers that will pop up, those numbers being 1.414. You'll usually see that when you see a retracement of 0.707. Remember, we talk about 686 and 786. Those are the primary Fibonacci numbers. There are other Fibonacci sequence numbers that will show up, and you want to take a look at those numbers on your charts if you've got some trading tools. I happen to have a trading tool that I can click on and click off and see what the retracements or expansion between swing points. And when you see something that is similar, a similar number like a 707 and 1.4 show up often, that's telling you that that's kind of the harmonic range, if you will, of the trading pattern of that stock. So it can be a little bit different than the normal primary numbers that we look for. Now, I don't know if that's the case here on Chiquita Brands because I haven't dived in. Really, we've been looking at it for about 3 minutes or so. Now, in this case here, but what I'm also noticing on this screen here is you see this 3.14. That is the expansion from the low swing point of March 16th, 11, all the way up to the high that it made on May 3rd. Now, 3.14, that is pie. And so when we take a look at, it's not cherry pie, it's not banana pie. How about that? It's banana pie. That's what we're going to call it, banana pie. And so pie happens to be, when you take a look at expansion numbers, you're looking at 1.272, 1.618, 2.618, and banana pie. You're looking at pie as being an expansion point. So now this thing came down with some major volume, major volume, well, not major volume, 2.7 million shares on April the 4th. Happened to be, and it was a couple days later, it was April 8th, was just a couple days ago, right, when the CEO bought in. So, you probably want to keep your eye on this stock. Where could this thing bounce to? This thing could bounce to, let's take a look here. I would say this thing could bounce to 1183 and then on to 1394 as one possibility. That 1394 looks good. Where could this thing possibly get down to? Let's take a look and see where the 1.618 is on this. The 1.618 is the magic number. Give me a second here. Would be 723. So if you were trading, that's kind of a wide range there. Folks, stay tuned for Larry Pesavento coming to us live from Hong Kong. And thanks for being with me today. Love being here. Have a great day, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've